Right friends, welcome back to 11th week. Let us look at the highlights of this week. The Prime Minister's visit to Seychelles, Mauritius and Sri Lanka, tri-nation tour of the Prime Minister. Other important aspect is summons issued to the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. One more important issue is Mahatma Gandhi's statue in Parliament Square, London. Great achievement for the country. And the arrest of Mohammed Nasheed in Indian Ocean country Maldives. Karnataka wins the Ranji Trophy. Narayan by Desai, famous Gandhian's death. And last but not the least is solar impulse to aircraft landing at Ahmedabad airport. Then let us look one by one. The first and the foremost issue is the visit of the Prime Minister to 3 Indian Ocean nations. The Prime Minister of the country, Narendra Modi, visited 3 nations. One is Seychelles, second one is Mauritius, third one is Sri Lanka. I would like to tell you a bit about these 3 countries. These 3 countries are situated in the Indian Ocean region. And if you look at the size of these countries, you will be surprised to know the population of Seychelles is less than 1 lakh, probably less than the population of a Panchayat Samiti in our country. The population of Mauritius is roughly 12 lakhs, almost half the population of Agra or almost equal to the population of maybe Gwalior. And when you look at Sri Lanka, the population is roughly 2 crores, which is less than the population in several states in the country. If you look at several states in our country, population is in the range of 4 crores, 5 crores, 6 crores, 10 crores, 20 crores. Uttar Pradesh population is 20 crores. Sri Lanka population is 2 crores. So, Seychelles population is around 90,000. Mauritius population is around 12 lakhs, Sri Lanka population is around 2 crores, but why the Prime Minister chose to visit these countries? The important factor is these 3 countries are situated in the Indian Ocean region. They are independent countries in the Indian Ocean region and they have their own strategic importance because maritime security or establishing strategic bases for small countries. Nowadays, many countries like United States of America, China are aggressive in developing strategic interests in various regions. As a proactive step, India took this decision. Indian Prime Minister has done the right thing to strike a chord with these 3 nations, Seychelles, Mauritius and Sri Lanka, so as to preempt the actions of maybe our neighbor China. That means, in a nutshell, I would like to tell you the visit of smaller countries, especially island nations in Indian Ocean region, assumed significance in view of the strategic interests and maritime interests of our country. Right? Let us look at the visit of the Prime Minister to Seychelles. Seychelles is a very small country, I have already told you, a population of less than 1 lakh, capital is Victoria. And for all the 3 countries, I would like to tell you one more thing, the currency is rupee. For Seychelles, it is Seychelles rupee. For Mauritius, it is Mauritius rupee. For Sri Lanka, it is Sri Lankan rupee. And come back to Seychelles. Seychelles is the country with 115 islands, close to the Southeast African coast, around 1500 kilometers from the African coast. That means it is nearer to Africa. As a matter of fact, it is a part of African continent. And Prime Minister visited this country after 34 years. In the year 1981, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi visited the Seychelles, and now Sri Narendra Modi visited after 34 years. And I would like to tell you the important events which occurred during Mr. Narendra Modi's visit. First one is, he announced that the second Dornier aircraft will be given. Another important aspect is, Prime Minister inaugurated first of the 8 coastal surveillance radar systems. India is giving 8 coastal surveillance radar systems, out of which the Prime Minister inaugurated one such radar system in Mahé Island, Seychelles. The third important aspect is, 4 agreements were signed, and out of which the important agreement is infrastructure development in Assumption Island. Please remember, Assumption Island was taken on lease by India. Assumption Island was taken on lease by India, and India wants to develop infrastructure there because it possesses one of the world's beautiful beaches. One of the world's beautiful beaches, that Assumption Island, which is on lease to India at present, and that belongs to Seychelles. So this agreement assumed importance in view of the most beautiful beach of Assumption Island. Similarly, Sri Narendra Modi also announced visa on arrival facility for the citizens of Seychelles. Right? This is about the Seychelles visit. He met James Michel, the President of Seychelles, and have delegation level discussions, and subsequently he visited Mauritius. This is the second nation in his itinerary. Do you know Mauritius is also called Chota Bharat? Indira Gandhi was the first Prime Minister to visit Mauritius in the year 1970. Anirudh Jagannath is the Prime Minister. Around 68% population are of Indian origin. During the second half of 19th century, to work in the plantations of Mauritius, because in those days Mauritius and India were ruled by British. British took around 6 lakh persons from India as indentured laborers to work in the plantations of Mauritius. So at present Mauritius is inhabited by around 70%, or to be precise 68% people are of Indian origin. The second important thing is, Mauritius celebrates a National Day on March 12th. What is the significance of March 12th? March 12th is the day when Mahatma Gandhi took Dandi March in the year 1930. In the year 1930, Mahatma Gandhi started Dandi March, known as Salt Satyagraha. Mahatma Gandhi started Dandi March on 12th of March in the year 1930, and to commemorate that day, Mauritius celebrates March 12 as a National Day. Right? What are the other aspects of Prime Minister's visit? He commissioned MCGS Barracuda, a coastal patrol vessel. MCGS Barracuda, coastal patrol vessel, manufactured by India and given to Mauritius. And at the same time, he also announced a new security cooperation agreement with Mauritius. One more thing, while inaugurating the MCGS Barracuda, Sri Narendra Modi coined a new word, Sagar. What is the meaning of Sagar? Security and growth for all in the region. Sagar means security and growth for all in the region. Finally, he addressed National Assembly. He participated in the National Day celebrations on March 12. He also laid the foundation stone for World Hindi Secretariat. Signed 4 agreements, out of which 2 important agreements are opening up of the ocean economy or blue economy and developing transport infrastructure, basically sea and air links for the Agalega Islands. Sea and air links for Agalega Islands, and the government also announced $500 million of line of credit to Mauritius. Right? These are the important aspects of Mauritius visit. Let us come to Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, Sri Narendra Modi was given the grand ceremonial welcome. In the year 1987, Rajiv Gandhi visited Sri Lanka, and this is the Indian Prime Minister's visit after 28 years. 4 memorandum of understandings were signed, out of which there is memorandum of understanding on customs cooperation. The other one is establishment of Rabindranath Tagore Auditorium in the University of Ruhuna. Rabindranath Tagore Auditorium in the University of Ruhuna. He also announced visa on arrival facility for Sri Lankans from Simhala or Tamil New Year Day. Simhala or Tamil New Year Day every year falls on April 14th and some years on April 13th. Every year it falls on April 14th or April 13th. From that day, he announced visa on arrival will be given to the citizens of Sri Lanka. Other important aspect is he addressed Sri Lankan Parliament. He also promised to develop Trincomalee as a petroleum hub. He also asked the Sri Lankan government to look into the fishermen issues with the humanitarian concern. The Prime Minister also visited the IPKF Memorial in Colombo. What is IPKF? It is Indian Peacekeeping Force. During the 80s, India sent its armed forces. When LTTE was active in the northern territory of Sri Lanka, during the IPKF operation, almost 1200 soldiers lost their lives and a memorial was built in Colombo, and the Prime Minister visited the IPKF memorial in Colombo. Right? The Prime Minister also advised the Sri Lankan government to fully implement 13th Amendment. What about 13th Amendment? 13th Amendment is giving more powers to the Northern Territory people, which is basically inhabited by the people of Tamil origin. That means he advises to give more autonomy to the Tamilians residing in the northern region. And the other important aspect is, we all very well know, the northern part of Sri Lanka is primarily inhabited by the people of Tamil origin, where their language is Tamil. The Prime Minister for the first time visited Jaffna. He is the first Prime Minister from India to visit the Northern Territory. Previously, Mahatma Gandhi visited Jaffna, Jawaharlal Nehru visited Jaffna, but not in the capacity of Prime Minister. So, Sri Narendra Modi visited Jaffna for the first time in the capacity of Prime Minister. In Jaffna, he visited Jaffna Public Library, where lakhs of books were burnt during the agitation. Second thing is, he laid the foundation stone for Jaffna Cultural Center. Third thing is, he also inaugurated a train service at Talaimannar. Train service at Talaimannar, and the railway line was built with Indian organization and India's assistance, IRCON built the railway line with India's line of credit, and he inaugurated the train service at Talaimannar. He also handed over 27,000 homes built with Indian assistance, because during the war with LTTE by the Sri Lankan armed forces, northern Sri Lanka was badly battered. Now 50,000 houses are being built with Indian assistance, out of which the Prime Minister handed over 27,000 houses to the residents. Right? In addition to this, he also visited Anuradhapura. This is in the north central province of Sri Lanka. Anuradhapura, holy town for Buddhists. We all know the famous place Bodh Gaya in Bihar, where Buddha got enlightenment. And Anuradhapura is sacred place for Buddhists, and the legend says Ashoka's daughter Sanghamitra took the branch of Bodhi tree from Bodh Gaya to Anuradhapura. That's why this place became the sacred place for Buddhists. Do you know Anuradhapura was the first capital of Sri Lanka? Up to 8th century AD, Anuradhapura was the capital. So these are the activities of the Indian Prime Minister in Sri Lanka. And let us move on to the next issue. Former Prime Minister Sri Manmohan Singh summoned in Colgate case on charges of criminal conspiracy, and under Prevention of Corruption Act, he was summoned by the judge of the Special Court of CBI. And I would like to narrate the history of the case. This is with regard to the allotment of Talabira 2 and 3 coal mines. Talabira 2 and 3 coal mines in Jharsuguda district of Odisha. Talabira 2 and 3 coal mines in Jharsuguda district of Odisha. These coal mines were allotted to Mahanadi Coalfields Limited and Neyveli Lignite Corporation Limited in the year 2005. In the year 2005, these coalfields were allotted to Mahanadi Coalfields Limited and Neyveli Lignite Corporation Limited. At that time, Mr. Manmohan Singh was holding the portfolio of coal also. Subsequently, Sri Kumar Mangalam Birla approached the Prime Minister and requested for allotment of the coal mines to Hindalco. The Prime Minister referred the matter to Coal Ministry. Coal Ministry came up with a reply that Hindalco was not using the already allotted mines. Coal Ministry came up with a reply that Hindalco was not using already allotted mines. Later on, Kumar Mangalam Birla again approached the Prime Minister that old coal linkage could not be used because bauxite mine lease had not materialized. Because bauxite mine lease was not materialized, that's why they were not using the old coal mine which had already been allotted to them. Later on, they came up with a proposal of the Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik to allot the mine to Kumar Mangalam Birla. Subsequently, Sri Manmohan Singh allotted coal mine to Hindalco. That means the previously allotted coal mines of Talabira 2 and 3 were re-allotted with 70% to Mahanadi Coalfields, 15% to Neyveli Lignite Corporation and 15% to Hindalco. 70% to Mahanadi Coalfields, 15% to Neyveli Lignite Corporation and 15% to Hindalco. This happened in October 2005 and subsequently CBI previously investigated the case and subsequently they gave closure report having felt that there was no material evidence to prove Sri Manmohan Singh guilty. CBI gave closure report. But the judge of the CBI Special Court now summoned Sri Manmohan Singh, former Coal Secretary P.C. Parakh and Sri Kumar Mangalam Birla to attend court on April 8th, but Sri Manmohan Singh already approached Supreme Court and Supreme Court is yet to give its verdict in this. Sri Manmohan Singh already approached Supreme Court and Supreme Court is yet to give its opinion in this case. Here I would like to tell you two things. There are arguments and counter arguments. Two things. One is, nobody is above law. The second important point is, how the policy decisions of the government can be construed as criminal conspiracy. These two views and counter views are emanated after the CBI judge summoning the former Prime Minister. Right, friends? Look at the next issue. Important issue. Prime Minister launched first indigenously developed rotavirus. What is this vaccine? This vaccine prevents the disease of diarrhea in children. Prevents the disease of diarrhea in children. Every year, due to diarrhea, almost 10 lakh children gets hospitalized and almost 80,000 children below the age of 5 lose their lives every year because of diarrhea. Because of diarrhea, almost 80,000 children every year are losing their lives because of diarrhea. And to prevent diarrhea, India indigenously manufactured rotavirus vaccine. India indigenously manufactured rotavirus vaccine with the help of United States of America, and it is the joint venture project of Government of India, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, institutions of United States government and some NGOs in our country. So it is the public-private partnership model, and finally India developed its own vaccine, that is Rotavac vaccine, to control rotavirus. The name of the vaccine is Rotavac vaccine. Friends, let us look into the next issue. So look into the issue. Cairn India gets a 20,495 crore notice. The basic parent company is Cairn Energy, which is based in the United Kingdom, and its subsidiary company in India is Cairn India Holdings Limited. Cairn India Holdings Limited. In the year 2006-07, as a part of a restructuring exercise, Cairn India Holdings Limited transferred its shares to Cairn India Limited. Cairn India Holdings Limited transferred its shares to Cairn India Limited as a part of restructuring exercise. Income Tax Department felt that it resulted in the capital gains of, capital gains means increase in the value of the assets. Because of this action, there was an increase in the value of assets to the tune of 24,500 crores. Because of this capital gains, Income Tax Department felt that they have to pay 10,248 crores of tax, and with the penalty and interest during the past 7-8 years, another 10,000 crore. Total it makes 20,495 crores. Tax notice was slapped by Income Tax Department on Cairn India, but Cairn India strongly protested this case. Right, friends, look at the next one. important aspect, Mahatma Gandhi's statue in prestigious Parliament Square, London. In prestigious Parliament Square, London, Mahatma Gandhi's statue was unveiled. 9 feet tall bronze statue was unveiled by the Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley. Now Mahatma Gandhi's statue will be in the company of Nelson Mandela, Winston Churchill, Abraham Lincoln among others, British Prime Minister David Cameron, Gandhiji's grandson Gopal Krishna Gandhi, Amitabh Bachchan, and the founding trustees of Gandhi Statue Memorial Trust, Lord and Lady Desai, also participated. So now Mahatma Gandhi's statue in Parliament Square in London, in the company of famous personalities of the world, Nelson Mandela, Winston Churchill, Abraham Lincoln, it is pride to ever Indian. Right? Look into the next one. Former Maldives President sentenced to 13 years imprisonment. Former Maldives President Mohammad Nasheed. Maldives is the small country south of India in the Indian Ocean. There its first democratically elected Prime Minister Mohammad Nasheed was arrested recently and he was sentenced to imprisonment for 13 years on the charges of illegally arresting a judge when he was the president of that country. When he was the president of the country, on the charges that he illegally arrested a judge, now Sri Nasheed is arrested and sentenced to 13 years of imprisonment. World powers, United States, European Union, including India, strongly protested to the development, and critics say that it is political vendetta because of the reason, due to the 13 years imprisonment sentence, he loses the opportunity to contest in the next presidential elections in 2018. Because of this imprisonment, he will lose the opportunity to contest in the presidential elections in 2018. That's why critics say it is political vendetta. India is also not happy with the developments. So, final news says Mohammad Nasheed was arrested and imprisoned to 13 years imprisonment in the country Maldives. Friends, look at another unfortunate event. 3 French sportspersons killed. One is Olympian sailor Florence Artaud, Olympic gold medalist in swimming Camille Maffat. Other one is Olympic boxer Alexis Westin. These 3 famous personalities of France lost their lives when they were shooting a reality show in Argentina. The 2 helicopters smashed into each other, killing 10 persons on the spot, including these 3 sportspersons. They were filming a reality show. The name of the reality show was dropped. The 2 helicopters where the reality show was filmed smashed into each other, killing all the 10 persons, and they burnt beyond recognition. These 3 sportspersons are from France. The incident occurred in Argentina, and out of the 10 persons, 8 belongs to France and the 2 pilots belongs to Argentina. So, loss of 3 famous sports personalities in France created great sorrow across the country. Right? Look at the next one. Karnataka won the Ranji Trophy for the second consecutive time. Karnataka at Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai, defeated Tamil Nadu, won for the second consecutive time. The captain of Karnataka team is R. Vinay Kumar. This particular Karnataka team was undefeated during the past 28 of their matches. Second thing is the final was held at Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai. They defeated Tamil Nadu. The winners, Karnataka State Cricket Association KSCA, will get rupees 2 crore. The losers, Tamil Nadu Cricket Association, will get rupees 1 crore. BCCI Secretary Anurag Thakur gave away the trophy. I would like to remind you, this Ranji Trophy was started in the year 1934. Maximum number of times Mumbai won the tournament, and this year, the second year in a row, Karnataka won the Ranji Trophy. Friends, let us look at the next issue. World's first solar aircraft. It is on experimental mission. The experiment is by Switzerland. The promoter is Picard. This solar powered aircraft, popularly known as the Solar Impulse 2, SI-2, is the first solar powered aircraft. Not even a single drop of fuel is used. It is on experimental flight. Here the weight of the aircraft is almost equal to the weight of a car, 2300 kg. The chairman of this experiment is Bertrand Piccard. It is a $150 million project, and this experimental flight will travel total 35,000 kilometers across the world, and it uses 17,000 solar cells. Not even a single drop of fuel. It started its journey from Abu Dhabi and in between landed at Muscat International Airport in Oman. Subsequently, it landed at Ahmedabad. To travel around 1500 kilometers, it took 16 hours. The average speed is also equal to the fastest car. And the main purpose of this mission is to inculcate awareness about clean technologies, and almost it took 12 years for this team of two promoters to reach this stage of experimental flight around the world. It's a long way to go for solar flights on commercial scale, but it's a laudable effort and in the right direction. Let us say good wishes to his team, right? The last issue of this week is Gandhian Narayan Desai passed away. Narayan Desai, famous for his rendition of Gandhi Katha, brought up mostly in Sabarmati Ashram as well as Sevagram, because his father was personal assistant to Mahatma Gandhi, winner of several awards including Jamnalal Bajaj Award, Sahitya Academy Award. He passed away recently at the age of 90 years, born in Gujarat, Valsad, and he is the famous Gandhian. Right, friends? Let us conclude this lecture. Please do join for question and answer sessions. Have a nice day.